Y'all, it is time to feed the girls with commentary on episode 7 of KinnPorsche. Y'all, this episode is so convoluted, but last episode was crazy because Kinn and Porsche were stranded in the jungle, but they managed to survive and were saved even though they were hurt and Kinn was shot. But shot by who? That's what we have to figure out in the next few episodes. Also, comment below and tell me what you guys would do if you were stuck in the forest with Kinn or Porsche, or both. Now let's hop into this enchanting show, which starts off in the place where many go to put everything on the line. Their hopes, their dreams, and especially their wallet. Welcome to the casino, y'all. This episode starts off with girls in cages shaking their stuff, and the bodyguards are in place to catch them some culprits. The other gangs are starting to rebel, and they believe that it is Don, the Italian dude at the beginning of the show, and they want to check out the casino to see if they can kind of weed out any culprits. They're eyeing this one suspicious looking dude, so Big and Porsche corner the guy and take his phone. And I'm gonna call this dude, what the fucky are you? Because, y'all, I cackled when he said that after he took his phone. But he, unfortunately, was not the guy they were looking for. And paused. Does Apple and Ma both speak English? Do y'all know? Can y'all tell me? Because I saw in an interview, both of them were speaking kind of fluently. Let me know. Then, this random motherfucker pops up with a grenade about to blow up the casino. The boys stop him, but they are down bad for leaving the grenade in there with the dancers, y'all. They left it in her hands, holding it, and no one even helped her. Not even the other dancers helped the girl. Yo. Then, the bad guy tries to escape, but Vegas' fine ass stops him with that blicky. So he basically helps the major family out. He seems like he is one of Don's people, like the bad dude, because he has a tattoo that kind of identify Don's, his gang. So they have to interrogate the dude. Porsche is on the phone with Kinn while Big is in the background whipping the man's ass trying to make him talk. P says, hey Big, that's enough. That man could die. But Vegas says, let me try. Because the man didn't say anything yet. Vegas was like, let me try to make him talk my way. Now, we are about to see how twisted this bastard Vegas can really be. This dude comes in with tools. He tells the major house boys, the bodyguards, to wait outside because it's about to get nasty. And then this motherfucker puts on one of those hazmat looking suits. Ooh, child, Vegas, the next thing, he comes up bloody with one of the man's teeth in his hands. And the other guys are just grossed out and sickened by what they saw. But guess what? The man talked and Vegas's way worked. And y'all know how much I like Vegas. Why do I always like the crazy motherfuckers? And the next scene, you can tell Kinn was pissed off that his dad let the minor family get involved. And that they actually did good work by getting a connection to Don. They got the man to confess his relationship to Don. And his uncle was just rubbing it in his face, talking about, we're all family. It doesn't matter who finishes the job, Kinn. A bullshit. If y'all were not sitting there trying to take over the major family, then I would believe you. But no, they're constantly trying to come for Corn and Kinn's spot. So Corn asks Vegas for details. They need to find someone called Big Wang. And Corn asks, okay, Vegas, so what's next? What are we going to do? Vegas said that he had a plan, but he had one request. And you all know what that request was. It's Porsche. Vegas asked for Porsche to be his assistant, but Kinn denied it, only for Corn to agree with Vegas. And you know what? He just cannot go against his father, so he has to let Porsche go with Vegas. Porsche asks Kinn, why me? Why does Vegas want me? Porsche, baby, why not you? You already know Vegas is in love with you, allegedly. And Kinn said Vegas wants everything that he has. He wants everything that Kinn has, which is seeming like it's kind of true. I told y'all the minor family wants everything that the major family has, and Vegas would love to be Kinn. Then Kinn explains why they have the major family and the minor family, purely for competition. And I wasn't really going to explain this in this video, but let me. So if the minor family is successful in this mission, it will make Kinn look like a failure. And 1 point for the Minor family. But if the mission fails, then Porsche could potentially die. Since it is all about competition, naturally Kinn wants the Minor family to fail. Baby, that ain't no family, okay? Then Kinn, however, he also loves Porsche so much that he wants him to live, even if that means 1 point for the Minor family. So now he has to basically root for Vegas. Kinn tells Porsche, please, baby, just come back to me. So now we are about to get a glimpse into the Minor family for the first time. Now, the Minor family's establishment is a little more gutter, but I like it. It's more, how should I put it, in the community. So instead of secluded pris and prim like the Major family, it's more down to earth. Also, the Minor family is more colorful. Instead of the black and white of the Major family, they are full of colors, very vibrant. Their clothes, their buildings. They are also involved in different type of businesses as well. So instead of the luxurious things which the Major family has, while the Minor family itself is luxurious as well, they dabble more into like blue collar jobs, more laundromat, clothes, markets. It's actually a whole vibe over there if you ask me. Way more down to earth than damn Major family. Like Vegas said, it's warmer, and they did a good job portraying that in the show. The people are dressed down and chill. Their house is actually really pretty. Like I said, way more colorful. They actually eat with their bodyguards, which is a big deal. And the bodyguards, they look like the type of gangsters that I'm more used to, okay? Also, the way Macau just sitting there with his little deep voice telling Vegas how his day was at school, he looks like he grew up a little bit since that kid in episode 2, or am I just tripping? They all just look so chill in the Minor family household, even the bodyguards. And Porsche picked up on how well they treat their people in the Minor house. And Vegas is just a sweet-talking motherfucker. Like the bodyguards from the Major family, they're like, this is so different. They do not know what to do with themselves. Then finally we get the next scene with my baby Porsche. Okay, let me take my time with this. Baby is really out here in these streets taking care of himself. No parents, no uncle, and Porsche just up and left him. So Porsche is asleep on the couch until he gets a phone call from Kim. And he is obsessed with Kim, who we have also not seen in a little while as well. So let's explore their story some more. Like, I would be stuck on Kim too if I was Porsche. These two are so pretty, And Kim, with his psycho ass, tells Porsche that he wants to practice at Porsche's house. You all remember they are still tutoring, music lessons. And I wish Kim would tutor Porsche in something else, like maybe Bed Kim or something like that. We know Kim always has an ulterior motive because he is only interested in Porsche because he's Porsche's baby brother. So the house is a bit of a mess, and Porsche is like, no, we can't practice here because the power is off. Kim, persistent, like he would be, is like, I am right outside your house. I can help you with electricity. Bruh. And then on top of that, Porsche, you are caught in a lie. Come on, bro. What would you do if your celebrity crush was at your house? Tell me below in the comments. Ooh, and the next thing, how parents just know shit. Corn asks Kinn, how is he? Ever since he got back from the woods, quote, his eyes changed, unquote. Damn, his dad said that the last time he saw Kinn like this, Kinn was dating his ex-boyfriend, Taiwan. Shit. Just watch that scene yourself. I can't stand parents sometimes. They can be calling you out for shit that you don't even want to talk about with yourself. So, Porsche sees a shiny, beautiful motorbike. Macau walks over and said, hey, you could ride it. And that, he was sorry that he got Porsche in trouble that other day. Meanwhile, Vegas was watching them two in the background. Vegas was actually the one who told Macau to apologize. And then Vegas said that since he and Porsche, since we're on the same team now, he don't want any grudges between them. So that's why he made Macau apologize. Vegas also got the bike for Porsche. Why is that? So we're gonna set the scene. Imagine this guy, i.e. Jeffy, walking into your house. I wouldn't know what to do either, Porsche, okay? Anyway, the house was still a mess, and Porsche kind of blames it on Porsche. And I cannot. That's a typical sibling. Kim asks about Porsche's parents. Why is he asking about his parents? Then Kim gives Porsche a little gift, and it's a new shiny guitar, top quality, because you know Ken is rich. In the good way and in the bad way. Like, they could really do so much with this relationship. Kim could really do so much. Then Kim snooping nosy ass asks to use the bathroom. Caveat. This relationship is such a one-sided dynamic for Porsche, especially now, and Kim knows it. He really knows the power he holds over this little boy. Yo, poor Porsche. Then Porsche had to think for a second. No, don't go into that room, he yells. Don't go into the room on like the half stair floor. I don't know how to explain it. It's like up half the stairway. So he stops Kim right as Kim was about to go into the room. And once Kim goes upstairs to go to like the actual bathroom, Porsche locks the door. Like, he locks up that shit. Why did you lock that room, Porsche? Porsche want something? You got something that you don't want Kim to see? Obviously. Y'all all know Kim is a snooper. They are practicing outside when Kim asks Porsche if he's hungry. Porsche says, not really. But when Kim says that he is hungry, Porsche is like, I can eat. Ooh, Kim. Kim knows the power that he holds over this boy. I told y'all. Just like Ken, his older brother. But the difference is Porsche is way more naive than Porsche. Porsche is like a rabbit in a wolf's mouth, okay? Kim sends Porsche to go get some food so that he can snoop around his house. Diabolical Betty he is. Man, why is this man so handsome though? Oh my gosh. Just imagine him snooping around your house. Kim gets into that half-floor bedroom that Porsche had locked, that he didn't want to go into, by picking the lock with some kind of device he must have had in his hand. And guess what Kim finds? It's Porsche's room, actually. I would be tripping the fuck out if my celebrity crush was in my bedroom snooping around. Like, would I be flattered or would I be weirded out? Especially if I had what Porsche had up in that room. Anyway, Kim, what are you looking for? Don't matter what he was looking for. Guess what he found? A shrine in Porsche's bedroom of himself. None other than Kimmy Kim. Plastered all over the walls. Kim really needs to recognize how much this boy is in love with him. Like, he's infatuated with Kim. And better not play with our boy Porsche's emotions. He is too sweet for that. And shit, damn, I love it when he switches to English in that deep voice of his as well. Damn, yeah, he be having me melted. Porsche comes back and he gives him the noodles that he got from the stall. And you can see maybe a hint of amusement in the way Kim looked at Porsche in that moment. Not love, but amusement, I would say. Is Kim even capable of love? That's something I want to know. But he tells Porsche to write a love song. Why would Kim do that? And I don't know how to feel. The power dynamic is crazy. Like, Kimmy, you just saw the shrine of yourself in Porsche's room, and now you are telling the boy to write you a love song, and then is going to tell Porsche, don't tell me you've never been in love before. You know he loves you. What an ego trip. He is just like his older brother. He is also just like his cousin Vegas. Good God. Then he's going to ask Porsche if he likes anyone. And what if he tells you the truth, Kim? What exactly would you do if Porsche says, Kim, I love you? And then Kim keeps asking Porsche questions, knowing it's him. Like, can you describe your crush to me? God, this episode's so good. Next scene, we get jealous Ken. He hears how Vegas has been treating Porsche and giving him gifts. And Porsche calls him out on it. He's like, are you jealous? But as he says that, that's when Vegas arrives. He asks for Porsche so that they can go ahead and plan their takedown, and Kinn is so jealous. He is seething of jealousy. His whole move shifts because, as Vegas says, Kinn is afraid Vegas will try to steal Porsche away from him. Vegas told Porsche about Kinn's ex named Taiwan, his first love. Then Kinn became paranoid about Taiwan and ended up shooting Taiwan to death. And that was a bomb to be dropped. Porsche, baby, is it too late for you to run now? Kinn's boys came to visit him later on that day, and they know that he is in love. He says that he doesn't want this love to be like his last one. Talking about Taiwan. And, I just wonder, how truthful was Vegas being when he described that Kinn shot Taiwan? Makes you wonder. Anyway, so Vegas and the bodyguards get to work trying to get Don. They capture some of Don's men to interrogate him. Their plan has officially been set into motion. So the next scene, we see Pete snooping around the Minor family house at night. Meanwhile, he is texting Kinn about there possibly being a mole in the Major family feeding information to the Minor family. But Pete runs into none other than Vegas. They really gotta stop meeting like this, okay? It's so awkward. And he walks Pete right back to his room after asking Pete what the hell he is doing, snooping around his house. The next scene, Porsche is on a call with Kinn, but guess who ends up popping up at the Minor house with him? Kinn, who escaped to see his baby. He gives him his lucky gun, and he says, when you're done with the mission, return the gun and yourself to me. Yo, and then the scene gets sexy. Kinn says he has another gun, and then he takes Porsche's hand and puts it on his penis. And Porsche was like, well, do I have to return that gun? Or can I use it over and over and over? And y'all, I was done. This scene was so sweet. It was sickening. And I don't mind being that type of sick, okay? Go watch it for yourselves. The next scene, Vegas implements his plan and it goes successfully. Girl, they give Don some drugs, but quickly took it back and killed all of Don's men. Like I said, it went successfully, okay? And Vegas and Porsche really worked well together, especially when he was shooting, sitting all on top of Porsche and stuff like that. And guess what? They also killed Don himself too. So, the next scene at the party to celebrate, their success for the day, killing Don. Vegas and Porsche are chatting about their day. And Pete, being a good little spy for Kinn, tells Kinn that Vegas and Porsche are looking into each other's eyes. They are chatting with each other, just instigating the situation. Saying Porsche's looking shy, and really Porsche's looking uncomfortable. Vegas keeps asking Porsche to come work for him. Come work for him. Even when Vegas tells Porsche, you can go and open a shop on the beach just like you want to, it weirds Porsche's out so much more. How did you even know that, Vegas? And we all know that Vegas is good for poisoning Porsche. I don't know if it happened this time, but Porsche was looking very tipsy. And then, seeing that, Vegas takes Porsche somewhere to be alone. Then, stuff starts to happen in the bathroom. Then the cousins just start cousining as well, because guess what? Kinn shows up and him and Vegas get to squabbling up. No, just playing. They do pull guns out on each other though. And y'all, Porsche didn't even do nothing. If you pay attention, he was really trying to push Vegas off of himself. And for Porsche to also almost get assaulted again by Vegas, it's crazy work to me. And then for Kinn to be mad at Porsche for being in that situation, how unfair. Y'all, Kinn is so fucking mean. And he's so fucking mad. Ooh, and then Porsche said, correctly so, you've never trusted me. What, are you gonna shoot me like you did your ex? Y'all, damn, this relationship can be so shitty sometimes. Kinn can't even say anything. But you know what he does say to Porsche? He was like, you are so much sluttier than I thought. And then Porsche rightfully slaps the dog shit out of him, okay? That slap, you could feel it through your soul. I felt it in mine. Porsche said, I shouldn't have loved a shitty guy like you. And then he tried to run away out of the bathroom, but Kinn grabs him and pulls him back and pushes him into the wall. This is so toxic, but gosh, it's so damn good. And Kinn, he just holds on to the angry Porsche and he cries. He is so broken. He's paranoid, he's dangerous, angry, crazy, possessive, egotistical, and so controlling. He cries and he tells Porsche, though, with all of those vices, he tells Porsche he's sorry. He knows that if Porsche was to have walked out of that bathroom, that he would lose Porsche for good. And I don't know if you guys have ever experienced this, but if you have ever had a fight with your significant other and you are the one in the right and you're just so tired of that other person, but you just have sex after. And if you've ever been on the opposite side of that, a scenario, and you've been in the wrong and you had sex after, one holding on tight while the other knows that they should let go but is holding on tight as well. Y'all, I've been on both sides. But one side does feel way better because the other person's at your mercy. Porsche and Kinn, they have sex in the bathroom. They do. And one is at the other's mercy. I really love this show.